Ladies, what the fuck is happening to this shit? Ladies. We are here tonight on this show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna recap. We got a bunch of news, and then we'll move along. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Brock Lesnar and Almas, basically Almas was talking about his match with Brock Lesnar. He said Brock Lesnar told me, he said at first when they told him he was going to be working with Brock Lesnar, he thought it was a joke. He couldn't believe it. But then, obviously a lot of people were being negative. But he said he had a conversation with Brock. He said he had a conversation with Brock Lesnar after the match when the match was finished. He said Brock Lesnar really thought the match went really well. He said, I'm very happy for this. He said Brock Lesnar looked very happy. And he was saying that Brock Lesnar, he was like, this guy has gotten, he's really good, man. He's completely figured out the business. Also, he's gotten a lot better with the acting skills, like the face expressions. So he basically, was talking good shit about Brock Lesnar. I don't even know. Almas hasn't been seen since Backlash, I think, and Puerto Rico versus Seth Rollins. So I don't even know what it's been like 2 months. Gable Stevenson. Remember Gable Stevenson from supposedly he won 2 Olympic gold medals, and then it was supposed to be this big thing in like maybe the next Kurt Angle or some shit like that. The guy he stopped training and then he started training again in the NXT Performance Center. But now there's beliefs he's gonna take time off again. This guy, what is women he's been? Jesus Christ. He's been in the company for I think 3, if not maybe 5 years. And he still hasn't even made his NXT debut, I believe. I think he did a little bit of they have a little brawl backstage, but nothing too big. Now, what a disappointment, man. Tony Khan says about 70,000 tickets have been sold for All In Wembley Stadium. He said that right now it's close to money-wise, it's about $10 million. He says we're still going to open more tickets. But yeah, things are looking really good for All In, man. There's about a month left to get tickets. Athena said, right now she's with Ring of Honor, but she says, yeah, I mean, there's talks about always going up to AEW, doing some stuff over there. Either with what's her name? Stylander, who's the TBS champion right now, or Tony Storm, who's the AEW champion right now. She's like, yeah, we have conversation, but as of right now, I'm just going to be in Ring of Honor. Rhea Ripley hit 100 days as woman world champion today. She's probably defended the title. Now, they're saying she is going to defend it at SummerSlam versus Raquel Rodriguez. I think something happened. I think this was the plan from the start, and they were going to have Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan lose a tag team match to Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. But then something must have happened when when Ronda Rousey just all of a sudden is leaving the company, and they had to have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez win the tag team titles. But I think before that, it was already planned. It was going to be Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez for the women's championship, because it doesn't make any sense, because it's kind of predictable if she's in a tag team, especially she's one half of the tag team champions. We all know she's not going to win the women's championship. So like I said, I think something happened with Ronda Rousey, and that's why this is kind of weird. And it's predictable now. We know for sure Rhea Ripley's going to retain the championship, because obviously Raquel's one half of the tag team champions. But that match, it looks like it's for sure going to happen at SummerSlam. LA Knight, man, he's really over this week. I don't know if they did this on purpose or not, but they had him do a segment with before the show, and it did very good on social media, man. It got 2 million views in about 1 day, over 20,000 likes. They said it even beat out some of the Bloodline segments on social media. Very good outing for LA Knight. Like I said last week, he's top 5 in merchandise sales. They're saying they might turn him babyface though. So we'll see what happens. I mean, lately he's been kind of few over heels, right? obviously he kept having these like face off with Logan Paul, and Logan Paul has been presented as a heel lately. So it looks like they might turn him babyface soon. But great news for LA Knight, man. Great social media numbers, beating the Bloodline, and some of the stuff on social media. 2 million views in less than a day, 20,000 likes, and freaking top 5 in merchandise sales, man. Congratulations, man. CM Punk, man, has volunteered to replace Bryan Danielson as the 5th member for their match between the BCC and the Elites. But apparently neither the BCC or the Elites want CM Punk to be part of the match. As of right now, it's believed that Ibushi is going to be the 5th member for the Elites. And they're still trying to figure out who's going to be the 5th member, being that Bryan Danielson is hurt. So we'll see what happens, man. I don't think it's going to be CM Punk. Logan Paul, man, they're saying that his Prime Energy drink, his hydration drink, is being investigated by the FDA. They believe it has way too much caffeine on it, up to maybe like a few cans of Coca-Colas. They just think it's way too much. They don't think it's safe for kids. They think it can give up like people diarrhea because it has way too much caffeine, or I'm not sure exactly, something with like that a Coca-Cola would have. And so they're going to investigate the drink. So I don't know what's the worst case scenario that could happen if it turns out it does have these Coca-Cola, like the caffeine and all that stuff. I don't know what would happen, but the belief is that if it gets too controversial, WWE could tell Logan Paul to stop sponsoring the drink on WWE programming. Remember, they had for WrestleMania KSI dressed as the Prime bottle for WrestleMania. So the belief, all that stuff they kind of do on the side, they could, or even like when he walks out with the ring, out to the ring drinking Prime, they might take all that stuff away from him if it would get too controversial. Right now, they're just starting to investigate. So I don't know. I don't really know much about it, but something to keep an eye on. On Collision, a lot of people are saying that now I don't think he did it this week, but he's done it like I think at least 2 of the first 4 weeks. I think he did it the first week, and I think he did it again last week backstage segment. He has the little bag, the CM Punk, the black little bag, and supposedly he claims he has the AEW World Championship on there. He never lost. And Andrade kind of teased too about a second world title being presented just for the Collision people. So it's been something that's been talked about. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you would definitely have. I would guess the first champion would be CM Punk, and then from there you would probably just have to bring in people from Dynamite. So I don't think there's enough people on Collision to feud with, right? I don't know how they would do it. But they said that Collision, I don't know what the numbers were, but I think it was last week it was less than 500,000. But it is said that TNT has told them as long as they're like top 5 in cable, they will be satisfied. He said we don't care what the ratings are if it's like below 500,000. As long as you guys stay like in top 5 in cable rankings for that night, we'll be satisfied. So that's gonna be their huge challenge coming up. With college football season starting up soon, can they stay in one of the top 5 in cable rankings? So I think they realize that they're not going to be really good because as football season starts, so they're like, it doesn't matter how many you get, just try to stay in the top 5 in cable. That is what Warner Bros. Discovery has pretty much told AEW for Collision. Just try to stay in the top 5. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. Did I talk about everything? Let's see. All right, guys, we can do Collision really fast. AEW Collision. And then we can call it a night. What was the date? I think it was the 8th. July 8th. Oh boy. Let's see here. All right, so the show starts off with video packages of all four competitors. Um, Ricky Starks, Hops, CM Punk and Samoa Joe talking why they're gonna win the Owen Hart tournament, and then you get a freaking CM Punk walks out and he talks about the tournament, why it's important to him, and shit like that, and how we all wouldn't be here tonight if it wasn't for Owen Hart. And then he says, I know we're in Canada, it's a hockey town, and I know it's bad luck to touch the trophy before you win it, but I feel so, he touches it, he's like, I'm going to earn this, I promise you. I'm not touching it because I feel like I deserve it. I'm touching it because I'm going to earn this. And then, the first match starts. He talks about how he hasn't beaten Samoa Joe and stuff like that. Has never beaten him. So the first match starts. Ricky Starks with Power Hops. Good match at the end. Freaking QC Marshall is trying to help out Hops, but instead Hops got a pin on Ricky Starks. But instead the referee's arguing with QT Marshall, so Hops gets pissed off, and they're yelling and screaming on the apron. He's telling him, get down. QT Marshall won't get down. So then Ricky Starks runs down and he bumps Hobbs into QT Marshall. QT Marshall falls. And then that's how, I think he hits the spear, and that's how Ricky Starks wins the match. So Ricky Starks advances. After the match, Hobbs is pissed off. He takes out that other member from the group. The girl's trying to get involved, but I think, is this more of a freaking Rampage storyline? I don't even know. I kind of don't know the whole details of it. But anyways, Ricky Starks wins the match. Then we get a freaking let's see here. Oh boy. There's way too many ads on this. So Julia Hart has a match. Julia Hart had a match. I don't even know who the fuck she fought. She looked like Piper Niven from WWE. I don't know who the fuck it was. But Julia Hart won the match. All right. And then we get freaking Malachi talking about the Andrade mask, a promo about that. Then Andrade talks, he wants his mask back. The commentator kind of buried him. He's like, I want to thank Andrade for talking slowly and clear so we can understand him. Kind of saying, like, I think last week a lot of people were thinking he was saying, instead of saying mask, he was saying, I won my mom or I won my mother. So, man, kind of a buried there by the commentator saying, I appreciate Andrade talking slow and clear so we can understand them. Pendejo face, man. And then we get this was the best match of the night, man. Freaking the tag team match between FTR and Bullet Club Gold. Dark Harwood and Cash Wheeler versus Jake White and Juice Robinson. This match went 30 minutes at least. Hell of a match, man. Freaking false pinfall after false pinfall. What a great match, man. At the freaking end, freaking Bullet Club Gold wins it. Freaking Orange Jay White and Orange Juice, man. Juice Robinson, I beg your pardon, but a hell of a match between these two, man. I kind of highly recommend you go watch this match if you haven't, man. What a freaking fantastic match this was, man. Jesus Christ. Holy cow, what a great match this was. I think they actually challenged each other backstage to 2 out of 3 falls next week for the tag team titles. Bullet Club Gold, Juice Robinson and Jay White versus FTR. It's going to be a hell of a match, man. Hell of a match. We get a little video from Christian and Luchasaurus. Then we get Scorpio Sky in a match between Action Andrade, whatever the fuck his name is. Scorpio Sky wins the match. And then we get the freaking main event, CM Punk Samoa Joe. Hell of a match. At the end, man. The whole time, Samoa Joe's trying to apply the coquina clutch. CM Punk gets getting out of it. At that third time he applies it, CM Punk gets out of it. He counters. He rolls him up, and that's like kind of a weak finish. He just, but I can understand because Samoa Joe's like fucking 300 pounds. CM Punk's like barely 200. So if there's a way that the small guy's gonna win, it's kind of like that, like right. It's kind of funny because you had the two small guys when you had Ricky Starks win, beating Hobbs, and then you had CM Punk beat Samoa Joe. But hey, they did a good job, right? Because they had QT Marshall kind of be distracting Hobbs for Ricky Starks to win it, and then here you just have pretty much CM Punk rolling up Samoa Joe. So they made it they made it kind of like believable. If there's a way to for these guys to win, it would be either by distraction or like by a little like false fruit roll up. At the end, man, freaking Samoa Joe's pissed off. He acts like he's gonna shake his hand. CM Punk goes in for the handshake, but instead, finally, Samoa Joe puts him in the coquina clutch, and then it looks like he's gonna grab a chair. But then FTR comes out to protect him. Samoa Joe leaves the ring, and then the final scene is FTR helping CM Punk up, and Ricky Starks comes out, and they have a face-off as they will be facing each other in the final match of the tournament. CM Punk versus Ricky Starks should be a good match. I don't know if they're going to see that. No, they're probably going to have that on Collision. I don't think because the pay-per-view is not until it's not until like another month. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought it was better show this week. Obviously, with having CM Punk do the promo in the beginning, having him wrestle, great match with Samoa Joe, that tag team match in the middle between Bullet Club Gold and FTR, even the Hobbs and Ricky Starks match was good. Much better show this week. Much better job of featuring CM Punk. Much better show. I thought last week. I thought they did a terrible job with CM Punk, the way they featured him just doing a commentating. At least this week you got a promo out of him in the beginning, and you had him in the main event. So good stuff. But until next time, I'm finished.